Gemini, welcome to your annual reading for 2025. We're going to go season by season and take a look at the overall themes. We're also going to clarify these themes. We're going to get into a sacred activation for each season, and let's get started. Thank you for your patience. I'm a little bit delayed in getting all the annuals out, but it's for the whole year, so I just said, you know what? They're all going to come out sometime in January. So let's see. We're going to take a look through the major arcana first, what the themes are, the main theme for the year in the major arcana, and then the main theme for each season. And then we're going to clarify with some oracle messages and also clarify with further tarot messages. We'll also get some advice for the year from spirits and a angel and ancestor guide for you for the year. All right, let's call spirit in. Thank you, spirit, for presiding over this reading for Gemini today. All right, let's see, Geminis. What is the major arcana theme? Whatever comes out, if it's more than one, that's cool. Whatever wants to fly out, they're going to pull out. What's the theme for you? The main focal point for this year for you Geminis out there tuning in. Thank you for being here, by the way. Nope, so keep going. Let's see, Gemini. There we go. 2-1 to come out. Let's see what they are. Ooh, okay. This is great. We have the Wheel of Fortune and Judgment. Now, in this deck, we have the butterflies flying around. So transformation is a big part of your year. Judgment card, in this particular deck, he is looking at his mirror self. So you are looking at reaching for, it's so beautiful. I'm actually looking outside right now, and I just want you to know that this beautiful blanket of snow is falling here where I live. And the East Coast, a lot of us are getting blanketed in snow and ash on the West Coast. And I just want to send all my thoughts, prayers, and love to LA right now. So I just need to say that coming on. I don't want to ignore what's going on in the world. Gemini, you have a path to fulfill this year within, where you are going through a period of replenishing and renewal of your true self, the destined path for you. You know, when we start talking about quantum theory and timelines and shifting paradigms, the biggest thing that I think that Spirit's been guiding me toward, especially for the 2025 readings, is which timeline do you want to pick? Which timeline do you want to be on? And you're saying, I want to be on the truest timeline for my path, the one that will provide me with the most renewal, the most growth, the most self-realization. And that comes from releasing the ego. And you're saying, I'm doing it. Because in this deck, it's the release of judgment and the transformation of the butterflies on the shoulder. So each time you have an opportunity this year to make a shift for that highest timeline, it's dropping your judgment of self, judgment of others. And I'm not saying you're judgmental. We are programmed to do this. And even in the nodal shift, it's interesting this is coming out. We're shifting on the very day I'm reading this is 1/11/2025. And we're entering into a new shift in the paradigm around the north and south nodes, which is our ultimate collective destiny, our individual destinies, which you are showing up in, and what we need to release from the past. So you need to release the previous versions of yourself and remind yourself that you no longer have to respond to life in those ways. And a lot of this comes down to surrender. Okay, we're going to clarify that, but that's what I'm getting for your theme for the year is this destiny's call to surrender to your path, reaching for a higher timeline where you do release judgment predominantly towards self because he's looking at his mirror reflection. And I think you'll be doing a lot of deep inner work around, you know what, I don't want to be so hard on myself. I don't want to be so self-critical. I want to surrender to the flow state of allowance and not operating from any inner resistance. Beautiful. Let's keep going. What are you learning for the winter theme? What is the winter theme here for you in the major arcana, reflected in the major arcana this first season? Now, for those of you in the Southern Hemisphere, it could be the summer season. So just want to say that. We have the strength. I'm not doing any reversals, all right, for the season. But you are teetering in your overall strength, your energy. in a situation that could be taking a significant role. This is about your transformation. She's reaching into the lion, taming her pride, taming her energy, basically making peace with her ego. I'm getting that you are in a state of active surrender and you are transforming the way you respond to things in life. Basically giving yourself permission to not have to control anything except your perspective. Wow. Okay, let's keep going. It's just what I'm getting, you all. That's what I'm getting. And Geminis, you all have been on this amazing arc of self-discovery. We'll see what you're dealing with as, okay, second season, you have a Tower, some major shift, a sudden surprise, something unexpected. We'll get into that in a moment. You have a lot of fiery energy going on here. Strength, Leo, Scorpio in the Tower. All right, now we have strength again. You could be dealing with a Leo. We have that again coming in, and we have the Chariot. We have a strong Cancerian energy here in the third season. So you're being led and guided through your intuition. That's going to be your superpower this year. And it's also part of this North Node energy. You know, what is the higher truth? What is your destiny's call here? What do you need to release within you to activate that higher timeline, that higher activation, that higher true self? You're going to be staring into the eyes of the lion. You could be facing a lot of fears this year, so you can move past them. Some of you might have a travel experience that happens in the third season that is life-changing. I also see a lot of confidence. Whenever I see strength repeatedly, it's about you and your inner willpower and your confidence, moving forward with your life, taking control of the reins of your life. All right. And the shifts that you need in order to reclaim your power. All right, let's see. I don't feel like you're sacrificing a lot of yourself. I just feel like you're reaching for your destiny. Here we are. And then we have the Empress rounding out the year. If that one wants to poke out, star, we'll take that. Sun on the top. You definitely are positioning yourself for a very prosperous, nourishing, rich year. Let's get the frequencies here. Actually, this might be really hard to shuffle. They're saying don't even bother. This is huge. It's a lot of cards, so I'm just going to shuffle. I shuffled before I got on camera, but I just have it. I like to shuffle all the time. We get the energies going. Okay, now, it is. I told you this is about your discernment. This is the theme for the year. We have discernment and surrender. Oh my God. Thank you, Spirit. They backed me up because I didn't see Hangman. Hangman's like my strongest indication of surrender, but this is your year to discern situations where you were actively holding on to control and saying, you know what, I'm going to let go. I'm going to let go and see what it feels like. This is not an easy path. It doesn't mean you're going to experience hardship. It just means you will really have an awesome year if you learn how to surrender and let go. And you're going to get tested repeatedly to do that in every situation in your life. The frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and the people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. It goes directly with surrender. The energy of surrender supports us to let go of illusionary control and yield to the flow of love and life. You're yielding to the flow, which is this wheel is going to continue to turn, and your job is to not get stuck on the wheel. You're stepping out of a timeline of struggle and strife here. You're choosing. I'm getting goosebumps now. Woo! You're actively choosing discernment and surrender this year, and it's going to change your life. You know, it doesn't matter the circumstances of our lives. It's how we deal with them and our perspective of them. And you're telling me, I want the highest timeline. It's going to require a lot of inner strength to do that. But you're going to do it. Let's see. Winter, taking care of your needs this first season. Looking at where you need to make the adjustments. This one's for sure. Passion. The frequency of passion reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. It assists us in finding the balance within the intensity, moving us from chaos to the calm of its core, where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. So there's an intensity burning within you. You could be really reaching. Whenever I see passion with strength here, this first season, you're really passionate about some aspect. A lot of you, this is your career, your dreams, making them a reality. You are very passionate about your beliefs and making big lasting changes in the collective and in yourself. And Geminis, I've been seeing this energy come on this last couple months, where you really are like, you know what, I came here to make a difference. I'm very passionate about this. It's a matter of tempering, and I understand this. When you have a higher calling, you feel like there's a reservoir of energy there, but you also have to work on replenishing yourself. So finding the calm in the chaos of everything going on. You could be holding and anchoring in a lot of energy for the collective in your day-to-day. We look at life and we're like, I want to make a difference. And we think we have to do something massive. And yes, a lot of us are doing big work in anchoring in the energies, but really it's the little work. It's the day-to-day work where you're pausing, you're resting, you're centering. So there's something around taming that passion so you can create more equilibrium. I'm talking about inner equilibrium. Because this feels very much like that second chakra, the sacral chakra, where you're being activated to really follow and pursue your passions, but make sure you're actually finding the peace from day to day. Interesting how those came out backwards. So it's like you're getting balance wherever you go. Like this first season, I feel like you're going into a little bit of turbulence. Some of you, you're seeing what's going on in the world and it's really rattling you. You're feeling very passionate about the world and what's going on. And you could be dealing with a situation where there's a high volatility. So you're learning how to respond to when you get activated. I'm getting that here. This second season, you have strength coming out, which is funny because the first season you have the card of strength and passion. It's just funny how you have a tower here and they're saying, did you learn what you needed to learn in the first season? By taking care of your needs and recovering and balancing out your energy when you get passionate about something, it's going to create a massive ripple. I feel like whatever you're going toward in the beginning of the year, it's going to create a ripple that is going to allow you to change. Like I said, you are in an active state of discernment and surrender, reaching for your passion here. But it's going to create, there's going to be shifting. The energy is going to shift. You're going to have unexpected things happen. Strength. The frequency of strength supports our ability to harmonize all our qualities and skills toward a strong and balanced way of being. I think you're taking on something new this year. It feels very much like whatever is your wish fulfillment. Some of you, you're getting pregnant or you're really focusing on child rearing, having your family. Others of you, you're really focusing on getting married and all the judgments placed around that, right? Expectations, be careful with that. Others of you, I'm getting for a lot of you, it's your career. And you taming some aspect of self so you can experience more balance in your life. So whatever you're most passionate about at the beginning of this year, make sure that you're tempering it with that balance in the day-to-day. Now, you're moving forward in this strength and chariot energy. Something's going to be testing you. Oh, now we have healing. Card number 11. So you have healing in the third season. The frequency of healing supports our intrinsic ability to restore our health and wholeness by consciously using the information that comes to us through our senses and harmonizing everything accordingly. I feel like you have your outer world and you have your inner world. And you're showing me that your inner world is all that matters because it doesn't matter what's going on outside of you. It's like you're getting like a very high timeline here. You're calling this in. It's the wheel is granting you this, but your job is to release judgment, to be discerning, and to go with the flow. You're being ignited this first season in I'm getting a very strong wand energy, fire. You're gonna have to really dig deep because you're gonna have to sustain yourself in this timeline through the shifts and the changes. A big part of your third season is around focusing on your healing, coming back into wholeness. I'm getting that you could risk burnout whatever you're assigning yourself to, ascribing yourself to completing, whether it's a new job pursuit, new business pursuit, new family pursuit, new relationship pursuit, you're pursuing it with vigor, passion. You're digging deep into your energy frequency to do it. I just get that your tools, right, for this year in your pursuits is you cannot hold on tightly to it. Don't over effort, over give, over function in what you are building in your life at this time. All right, because it's going to deplete you. All right, now we have the Star and the Empress, nurturing wish fulfillment, dream fulfillment. Again, more healing energy that wants to come out. Integration, yeah. I feel like you're doing like a lot of cleanup work in your life so you can align to the people, places, and things. You're releasing the past. We have the frequency of integration supports our embrace of every aspect of ourselves, allowing what we perceive as positive and what we perceive as negative to harmonize in a balanced symphony of life. You're contending with the parts of you that want to be critical of self, which makes you critical of others, not in a mean way or a demeaning way. I'm talking about our natural inclination to say, this is this is that, put it in categories so you know how to deal with it. Spirit's like, don't do the duality dance this year. Good and bad, right versus wrong. You've elevated above that. But it's going to take practice for you to take the things that trigger you and ignite you to move toward it and to respond to life in that way. Basically, a high degree of spiritual work so you can integrate your true self. And I'm getting like it's an overlay, like an avatar overlay of your soul self over your ego self, and saying, okay, I can operate from ego or I can operate from soul. And you're going to see these two timelines play out in everything you encounter. And you're going to be like, okay, I know the difference. You're going to know the difference. It's very distinct because this is about your discernment. This is fascinating to me. Yeah, you almost, and this is interesting because a lot of people are getting this energy in the annuals. It's timelines are splitting. Timelines are breaking. So you can decide, do you want to take the ego timeline where you're still kind of me versus you? Or do you want to take the higher timeline where it's a we? You're not even playing into that timeline of me versus you. This is basically the journey from separation to wholeness. And you're saying, I'm choosing wholeness at every turn. And I know this may not make sense to you because I'm not talking a lot about the details. We're going to get into that in a moment. But this is the overlay, right, of the best way of handling whatever happens this year. Okay? Not from a place of separation, but from a place of, what happens to me, what I do to myself, I do to others. What I do to others, I do to myself. That kind of thinking. Or what others do to me, it's like when we're a we're not separate from the whole. So it's the newer consciousness. It's the higher consciousness. It's more 5D. And Geminis, you've been showing me this energy for a while where you're like, I don't want to operate from that mentality anymore in my life. You know the difference. It's called ascension. All right. Let's see. We're going to clarify the wheel and the judgment, the release of judgment and reaching for destiny's calling, which is your own soul's path, your soul's journey. Page of Wands, 10 of Cups. Wow. Yeah, you're reaching for the highest opportunities here, the highest expressions. Ooh, oh my goodness, I thought that fell out. Oh, wow. Yeah, wow. I'll tell you what, you were aligning with the best possible. You're setting the intention at the beginning of this year that you want to play. You want to play. You want to harmonize. You want community. You want joy. You want laughter. You're aligning. I'm telling you, you're aligning with your highest timeline, Gemini. I'm no doubt. We have the Page of Wands, the 10 of Cups, and the Star over the judgment. You're making decisions this year to flow at your maximum operating speed of surrender. This is the highest timeline, y'all. Look at that. Page of Wands. Whatever I encounter, I'm going to take it lightly. I'm going to play. The world is my playground. And I'm here to experience joy and to uplift the hearts of humanity. And this is my destined path. This is my destined calling. It's almost like the more healing you're doing inwardly, you're sharing that with the world. A lot of you are spiritual leaders, new thought leaders, spiritual way showers, lighting up the world. You're very passionate about, basically, you've been activated. And this is what I've been getting to with a lot of people who've done this inner work. You couldn't hold this capacity as a healer without going through this dark night of the souls that you've been on. A lot of people are on the ascended pathway are reaching a culmination point this year where you're turning the tide from your inner work, and that inner work is expressing itself outwardly so you can help other people awaken. And so I'm getting that, Gemini. This is gorgeous energy. I mean, you're aligned. You know the difference between the highest calling and you playing small in what you want to feel, what you want to dance through. This is incredible. This is absolutely incredible. Wow. You're aligning with this Plutonian energy hardcore, with this Aquarius energy. You're like, almost like you're getting activated. I think you've already been getting activated, but now this could very well be one of the best years of your life. If you learn, right, how to surrender and discern at every turn. Oh, that rhymed. Look at that. 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups in the first season, which is personal fulfillment, personal satisfaction. Whew. Wow. Now we have these two coming out. Hermit and the Fool. There you go. There's your new spiritual beginning. Being a way shower, shining a light, being strong enough, saying, I got this, Spirit. You're bringing youthful optimism. You're bringing satisfaction, fulfillment. You're looking within. The only thing is, it's like you're taking this spiritual passion, your spiritual knowledge, and you're activating it outwardly. And this is also that juxtaposition between going inward and doing your inner work and letting that feed a new beginning. It's like the deeper you go, the more you can share with the world. Wow, this is unbelievable. I think you're this winter or summer. It's interesting. There's snow on the buildings. It's like you're tapping into source. You're tapping into source, and what source is? Light energy, playful energy, fulfilling energy. You're finding something that is a part of your calling this season, and you're starting to actually do it. You're like, I'm taking this inner work and I'm applying it, and I'm so happy doing it. It could be something you're creating, a product, a service, a business plan, and you're actually doing it. Now, what is this? Oh, okay. You have some sort of fated ending. You have some sort of fated ending. We have the 10 of Swords over the Tower. Okay. You're going to need to be strong. That's where strength came out. And it's like your strength is being exhibited and displayed all year long. Strength to go after your hopes, dreams, and desires. The path of long-term fulfillment. You could be, some of you, the Tower is, I'm slowly but surely walking away from this previous role, job title. You're being pulled into a different timeline, a lot of you, with your calling and your work. And this ending, it feels very much around career, making a big change, a significant transformation in your career. That one wants to come out. 2 of Pentacles. Yeah. You could be juggling a more conservative timeline, like around your career that you've been on, traversing, and now you're launching into more spiritual work and a new beginning. This is 2, and I think the call you're getting this first season is, I want to follow the path that feels most meaningful to me. I want to do what makes me the most happy, and I'm going inward and digging deep, and I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to have to reach for it. No one's going to, you're making it happen. You're making it happen this first season, and it's going to lead you to making a big decision, a big life decision about what has to end that stands in the way of that, of your absolute 100% inner fulfillment. Wow. Okay. Hierophant. Wow. I need to get one more on this. We have the 10 of Swords, the Hierophant, and the 2 of Pentacles. Wow. Wow. Okay. Woo. Some of you, you're ending your life as you know it as a individual on your own. Because in this second season, you have the Ace of Cups, the 6 of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the 10 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles. Some of you are like, My way of life on my own is over, or my way of working on my own is over. Something's coming in, some sort of alliance. It's going to almost like, you know, when you have, you're reaching this first season for your inner strength. The second season is 10 times the strength, right? It's like when you multiply things times the power of 10. I'm getting that, which is you no longer having to go it alone. Basically, alliances that align with your spiritual mission in work or in love, because I'm seeing whatever this is, it's giving back to you. 6 of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. You're teetering back and forth, though, about whether you should commit to this. So the second season, if you're trying to call in business alliances or a new beginning in love, it's going to set you on this path of deep, deep healing. Your whole energy this year is around getting on your highest timeline and experiencing illumination, fulfillment, harmony, harmonizing. You're harmonizing with new people and brand new beginning. Whatever is going to crumble under this new energy for you, basically the old, breaking an old timeline, let it. Because what you're calling in beneath it is so much better. So whatever you're being called to do in this second season around letting go of something from the past, I would highly suggest you do it, because it's leading you toward something so much better. Something that aligns with your values, whether it, like I said, I'm not sure if it's work or love, but it's impactful and it's significant. Now, the second season is around your healing and moving forward, feeling empowered. We have the strength showing again. Fearlessness. It's like if you tried to live a timeline where you weren't afraid anymore of completing your greatest achievements in life, completing your greatest fulfillment, emotional fulfillment in life, like reaching for it, not holding back, not showing the universe that you can't or you won't. Wow. I love this for you, Gemini. Really. I wasn't sure if today was the day, but hey, 111 is perfect day for it. Perfect day for it. You're aligning with powerful energies this year. Yeah. And look at that. You were moving forward fast. It's almost like you could be going through an accelerated healing process the third season. On all levels, I'm hearing body, mind, spirit, accelerated healing. Accelerated healing. Interesting. I don't think I've ever gotten that before. And it's about you living your authentic truth. The Seven of Swords, I've been getting that lately for the collective. It's like when we tiptoe around a situation and say, you know what? And you teeter between trusting your path, trusting what you feel, trusting what you sense and know, and running away from it because it feels too big. This accelerated healing is going to require you to be honest with yourself about what you really want to achieve. And if you can look fear in the eye and move forward, you're going to win. Okay? I see you reaching a high level of success. High level of success this year, moving forward. Again, fearlessness. Face whatever may be within you. Parts of yourself that you haven't always trusted about you. The more authentic you operate from your inner truth this year, the greater your success. That's going to be your key. You're moving forward, and I feel like there's a part of you that's going to hesitate. But if you don't, you're going to hesitate. But if you don't succumb to fear, like I said, at every turn this year, you will succeed. You will rise above. You'll be reaching for the higher timeline. You're aligning with your absolute star energy, your wishes, nurturing, creating. A lot of you are creating significant gains in money, in career success, in taking the world stage. Some of you, public speaking, getting out there, content creation, all that stuff. And it's like if you can overcome your fear, there's no limit to what you can achieve. The High Priestess, the Four of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles. I love it. A lot of you are calling in I tell you, it feels like you're coming into balance in your material world. And you're going to be holding on to, but what's guiding you through is your soul. This beautiful integration work that you're doing has a lot to do with you grounding in a new frequency, a spiritual frequency that's going to be running throughout. It's like, I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday about when I was really doing a lot of deep meditative work, and that might be a clue for you, where you can find a hidden reservoir of energy, of tapping into spirit. But I used to do this all the time, where I went to a certain place, and this is very helpful for you because you're an air sign. When you meditate, it's more of an active meditation than just silencing your mind and being blank. This is like a way of manifestation. So I found places in my interior landscape that I would create, whether it's a crystal cathedral and I would meet masters there. I have a golden tree in a wooded area. Like, I have a whole world within worlds in the spiritual plane. And one of them in particular around my healing work has been to be in a very desert-like, Sedona-like environment, but with a river running through and all of these different crystals around. And that's where I go when I need to heal or gain strength. So there's something that I'm being guided to tell you around creating a world within your world that is just for you and spirit. And the stronger you make that relationship, the deeper you will find fulfillment, joy, healing, and harmony this year. Because that energy that you tap into, you're going to take that, and it's going to be like this basin of truth that you could very well be healing other people with. But that requires you to continuously ground your energy. You're being called to ground your spiritual work to create your own abundance and wish fulfillment this year through the integration of your soul's calling, your soul's work, your soul's path, your own evolutionary journey in this timeline in 2025. That's just one example of work you could be doing behind the scenes that help replenish you and fill you up and give you the divine downloads that you're looking for. Because I see this as a very beautifully spiritual year for you. We have the Hermit and the High Priestess almost coming together. You're starting out searching, soul searching, looking for the truth on a new path. You're going to be required to end something. A tower is going to hit you because you're like, whatever isn't serving the highest timeline must be shed this year. We're in a 9-year. Okay. Then you're going to be going and you're like, can I trust that? I mean, wow, can I really reach for this? Like, can I really experience this level of success? It's going to be deeply healing for you to reach this pinnacle of achievement by the 3rd season. 4th season, you're like, I'm grounding in this. I got this now. You know, it's like this is big work. All right, let's get some advice from Spirit for you for the year. I hope this made sense. I think a lot of you understand what I'm talking about here. The Chariot. It's about your personal empowerment and not letting anything stop you from living a life that you came here to create, basically. We have the Empress. Of course. Nurturing everything in your life. She grows things. This is Mother Nature herself. She is abundant. She's replenishing herself. The Page of Cups. Yeah, a lot of you are walking into a new timeline where you actually have you are co-creating with somebody else. And you're keeping your heart open. Page of Cups, letting it flow. The High Priestess. Your advice. Sorry that hit that. I mean, this is also the higher calling. The spiritual work. Putting your heart and soul and your energy into your gifts. A lot of you are deeply, deeply, deeply spiritual. And I hope that you hear this. You have an opportunity. Some of you, it's a spiritual partnership that you're actually building a family in, building a business. This spiritual partner, it's whatever it is that you needed is like that missing puzzle piece. A lot of this could just be you and spirit too. It doesn't have to be another human being. Whatever feels resonant for you. Some of you, it's you and you. Right? Your avatar in this life and your soul self married together doing the work. Some of you don't feel like you want to put that energy into a romantic partnership. See, you get to choose. You get to choose. But I do see that there's some sort of fated ending, and I don't know exactly what it is. Listen, I'm reading for a bunch of people, but you can see the themes here. Whatever you nurture this year, you need to do it from your soul self, and you need to keep your heart open, and you need to go with the flow. That is your advice for the year, Gemini. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's get an angel guide, ancestor guide. Wow, those two want to fly out. I knew it. Great teacher. A lot of you are spiritual teachers. And hi, oh my God, you have great teacher. Learn from spiritual experiences with the dove of peace. And then you have high priest, intend and create. Oh, hermit. Whoa. Okay. This is big, Gemini. Y'all are stepping up. Great teacher. These are both guides for you, with you for the year. I'm going to have to take a minute after this one, y'all. This was big. These are actually, it's interesting. What's between the great teacher, just guess, and the high priest is the hermit. Your resting and recharging is going to align you to a higher timeline where you are learning from past spiritual experiences so you can intend and create. Your life is going to completely change if you face your fears this year. All right, the first one, great teacher. Know that what is happening around you is divinely inspired. Learn from your current experiences, then share them with others. This card is inspired by the many prophets and teachers who have brought great healing to the earth. There is a great teacher in every tradition. And this card represents the one to whom you feel closest, as well as the great teacher within, your soul self. The teacher wears simple clothes here to demonstrate that even if you live a simple life, it can be an incredibly spiritual one. He's surrounded by a sense of serenity and harmony because he has absolute trust in the higher power that moves through him. And the dove on the card represents receiving answers to prayers through signs and experiencing peace through joy. This card can represent a teacher in your life or the great teacher within. Either way, it shows that you have dedicated a lot of time, effort, and energy to understanding yourself and the world. You are having spiritual experiences at this time and gaining a greater awareness of what you need to do in order to grow. There's a great chance that if you've been having any challenges recently, you've surmounted them and allowed them to be vehicles to lessons that are helping your spiritual connection. If you feel that you've received messages from heaven or the universe recently, this card is confirmation that these have indeed been holy experiences. Wow. Geminis, we all need to look at Geminis in 2025 because you all are on the highest timeline. You're showing the collective what it is like. This is unbelievable to me. This is actually my mind is blowing here. Now we have the high priest. Recognize that you have the power to change your life, face your fear, and align with the light. In many traditions, the high priest is the physical embodiment of the divine masculine. He acts as a bridge between worlds and is able not only to divine the future, but to help create it too. Inspired by the ancient Egyptians, this priest is a divine consort to the high priestess. What did I tell you? Oh my goodness. And the high priestess came out several times. Okay? He is depicted with a hawk, which is sacred to the Egyptian god Horus, and holding a wand of Anubis, the Egyptian guide to the underworld. The high priest is always spiritually connected and disciplined with great respect for his creator and his particular practice. In a reading, this card can represent a spiritual figure, leader, or teacher in your life, or an aspect of your path that has led you to where you are today. The extended message. You all are, I'm so proud of you, Geminis. You are a bridge between heaven and earth, and it's important for you to know that you are more powerful and connected than you may think. Everything you are giving attention and energy to at this time is creating your way forward. There have been some setbacks, but accept these as experiences that have led you to a deeper understanding of yourself and your spirit. Know that you are being guided by the ancestors to direct your thoughts and energies towards what you want to grow, heal, and expand, and then watch it happen right before your eyes. You are about to enter a timeline of growth, healing, and expansion this year, and reaching for the light and being more of a way shower and being the great teacher that you are in the world. Okay, Gemini, I hope you enjoyed this message. What a lovely reading. What a wonderful way to live. Take care. Namaste.